रिएक्शन करेंगे। लास्ट क्लास हम लोग फॉर्मेशन ऑफ साइनोहाइड्रिन किए थे, एडिशन ऑफ हेक्सेन। आज हम लोग उसके आगे करेंगे। नेक्स्ट एग्जांपल में सेकंड एडिशन ऑफ वाटर। तो अगर कार्बन कंपाउंड्स में वाटर ऐड कर दें, लेट्स से ओवर हियर H2O, इसमें वाटर ऐड करें तो OH एंड OH, ये क्या बनता है? जर्मिनल डायोल। Geminal diol is unstable, easily eliminates water molecule and their equilibrium will shift towards backward direction further by the elimination of water molecules H2O and it forms corresponding aldehyde or ketones back. Okay, so इस रिएक्शन के लिए हम लोग नोट लिखेंगे क्या होता है। तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट, Gem diol is unstable, easily decomposes to corresponding carbonyl compounds. Gem diol is unstable, easily decomposes to carbonyl compounds. Next, addition of water to carbonyl compounds are reversible and are in equilibrium. Addition of water to carbonyl compounds are reversible and are in equilibrium. Next is reaction is endothermic and energetically unfavorable. Reaction is endothermic and energetically unfavorable. Next, formaldehyde consists of 99% gem diol. Formaldehyde consists of 99% gem diol, while acetone consists of 0.1% gem diol. While acetone consists of 0.1% gem diol. Okay, next. Aldehyde and ketones containing strong electron withdrawing group form stable hydrates. Like for example, suppose we have CCl3, CHO, chloral. If we add water to them, their equilibrium lies towards right side and it forms stable CCl3, CH, OH and OH, stable hydrates. Similarly, if we have trifluoroacetaldehyde, addition of water, their equilibrium lies towards right side and it forms CF3, COH, OH and H. So they form stable hydrates so that they can be isolated. These are stable hydrates or stable gem diol. So presence of minus I group or electron withdrawing group will stabilize the corresponding hydrates or gem diol which is formed. Okay. Now, next, cyclopropanone cyclopropanone, ninhydrine, cyclopropanone, ninhydrine and glyoxal, ninhydrine and glyoxal also forms triple hydrates. Glyoxal also forms triple hydrates. See, if you see the example of cyclopropanone, and addition of water, equilibrium lies towards right side and forms stable hydrates as OH and OH. Why it is so? Because see, this angle is 60 degree. Alright, this angle is 60 degree. This angle and this angle is, if you see this, cyclopropanone, like this. This angle and this angle is 120 degree. This is 120 degree. Okay. This angle is 60 degree. Alright. Over here, this angle is around 109 degree. This angle is around 109 degree. This angle is around 109 degree. But this angle is 60 degree. Okay. So approximately what happened over there? So angle at this place, if it is 60 degree and this is 109 degree, there is 60 degree, 120 degree. So there is more angle deviation. In this case, angle deviation is less, 60 degree, 109 degree. That is approximately 49 degree. Over here, approximately 60 degree angle deviation. So their angle strain is relieved. Because their angle strain is relieved, therefore this cyclopropanone hydrates are stable enough. Similarly, if we see ninhydrine, the structure is ninhydrine, and upon addition of water it forms ninhydrine hydrates. There is intramolecular hydrogen bond which will stabilize them. So ninhydrine hydrates which are stable. Similarly, if you see glyoxal, C double bond OH, C double bond OH, upon addition of water, it forms C double bond OH, COH, H and OH. There is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. They get stabilized. Therefore, their equilibrium lies towards right side. So, glyoxal hydrates, they are stable. Stable hydrates, they are stable hydrates. They are stable hydrates. They are stable hydrates. This is approximately 107 degree. Approximately 107 degree. So if approximately 107 degree, there is a division of 47 degree. Okay. Now, so if addition of water takes place, addition of water, it forms corresponding hydrates. In some cases, hydrates are stable. In most of the cases, hydrates are unstable. Therefore, equilibrium is shifted towards backward direction. So where the cases hydrates are stable, in this case hydrates are stable. These are the stable hydrates. So what is their stability lies towards dipolar repulsion. If you see CCl3, C double bond O, H. So their dipolement is along this side. Their dipolement is along this side. In this case, what happened? CCl3, C, OH, and H. Their dipolement is along this side, and net dipolement is along this side. So that is being cancelled, opposite to each other. So this is mu resultant, this is mu1, mu2, mu3, and their resultant is along this side, there and their resultant is on this side. Approximately their angle is 180 degrees, so their dipolar repulsion is being minimized. Similarly, in this case, trifluoroacetaldehyde, if it is CF3, C double bond O, H, their dipolement is on this side as well as along this side. But in their hydrates, if it is CF3, at this place there is OH now. OH, at this place OH, at this place H. What happened? Their dipole is there, dipolement is towards the opposite to each other. Therefore, mu R, mu net, we can say this is near to 0. Mu net, we can say this is near to 0. But in their previous case, mu net is non-zero. So dipole polarity, their dipolar repulsion is more in trifluoroacetaldehyde or trichloroacetaldehyde. Therefore, the trifluoroacetaldehyde, the dipolar repulsion is being minimized in their hydrates. Therefore, they are stable enough to isolate. Alright, I hope you understood this addition of water to carbonyl compounds. Next is addition of bisulfate, NaHSO3. Okay. Next is third example, addition of NaHSO3, that is sodium bisulfite, addition of NaHSO3. What happens? See, there is C double bond O, and we use NaHSO3, that is O minus Na plus OH double bond O and one lone pair. This will act as a nucleophile. This approaches to this bond is transferred, becoming C O minus. At this place there is S double bond O, there is OH, there is O minus Na plus. Okay, this structure can be converted further to C OH S double bond O OH, and at this place there is O minus Na plus. Alright, H plus, this can be H plus. O minus was there, accepted H plus, becoming OH. So these two compounds are at equilibrium. Okay, this is insoluble crystalline solid. Crystalline solid of bisulfide addition product. Okay, only dimethyl ketone gives this addition product. Only dimethyl ketone gives this addition product. Other ketones will not and causes addition of bisulfide because of steric repulsive. So write down note. Only methyl ketones and sterically unhindered cyclic ketones. Only methyl ketones and sterically unhindered cyclic ketones will form bisulfide addition compounds. 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 Will form bisulfide addition compounds because of steric hindrance consideration. 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 Next, the carbonyl compounds can be regenerated. The carbonyl compounds can be regenerated carbonyl compounds can be regenerated by hitting them with dilute aqueous acid or alkali. 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 Therefore, it is convenient method to separate. Therefore, it is convenient method to separate aldehyde and methyl ketones. Aldehyde and methyl ketones from non-carbonyl compounds or non-methyl ketones. From non-carbonyl compounds or from non-methyl ketones. Non-carbonyl compounds or from non-methyl ketones. Like for example C. Suppose we have CH3, C double bond O, CH3, dimethyl ketone. If we add NaHSO3 there, it forms corresponding addition bisulfite compound CH3C over here OH, at this place SO3Na as well as CH3, or it can have another mixture as CH3 CONA, this will be SO3H, and over here CH3. They are crystalline compound which is insoluble, and further if it is heated in presence of HCl or NaOH, so its carbonyl compounds is regenerated becoming CH3 C double bond O CH3, and it forms Na2SO3. By treating them with NaOH, it becomes Na2SO3. By treating them with HCl, it becomes SO2 plus water. This compound can be regenerated. Again, suppose we will take cyclic ketone. by the addition of NaHSO3. Okay, it gives bisulfide addition compound, again OH, at this place SO3 Na, or ONA, at this place SO3H. Okay. Further, if this sodium bisulfide addition compound when treated with NaCN, it forms corresponding cyanohydrine OH and Cn. So this method of formation of cyanohydrine, this method of formation of cyanohydrine avoids the toxicity of HCl. Avoid the toxicity of HCl. Understood? So इसमें ध्यान देने वाली बात है, in this reaction, alright, notable point is only methyl ketone will give this reaction. Non-methyl ketone will not give this reaction. What is that? See, suppose we have this type of ketone and we use NaHSO3. Simply we can say no reaction. In this case, if it is like this, by using NaHSO3, again there will be no reaction. NaHSO3, no reaction. So methyl ketone only will give this reaction. Forms insoluble crystalline bisulfide addition compounds. Okay, this is all about addition of, I think this is third, now fourth, addition of bisulfide. Now addition of alcohol. All are the example of nucleophilic addition. So addition of alcohol. Addition of alcohol. Okay, carbonyl compounds. By the use of alcohol, one equivalent in presence of dry HCl gas. It forms corresponding OR, OH. Let's say over here R. This will become R dash. Or if it is R, this is R dash. So R, this is R dash. Okay. This is one equivalent of alcohol is being consumed, called as hemi-ketal. Since it was ketal, if it is hydrogen, it is hydrogen, so we can say hemi-acetal. If there is ketone, C double bond O, R and R plus R dash OH in presence of dry HCl gas, it forms RC OR dash OH and R. This is called as hemi-ketal. This we have taken one equivalent. Hemi-acetal or hemi-ketal reacts with alcohol, another equivalents of alcohol, to form corresponding acetal or ketal. Okay. Now hemiacetal RC OR dash, OH and H. This is hemiacetal with another equivalent of alcohol in presence of dry HCl gas. It forms RCOR dash, OR dash and H. This is acetal. Similarly, RC OR dash, OH and R. This is hemiketal with another equivalent of alcohol in presence of dry HCl gas. It forms RC OR dash, OR dash and R. This is ketal. Okay. Ketal. Ketals are stable towards alkaline solution. If it is subjected to alkaline solution, there will be no reaction. If it is subjected to alkaline solution, there will be no reaction. So they are stable towards acetal or ketal. They are stable towards alkaline solution. But if it is added in acidic solution, they hydrolyzes back to form corresponding aldehyde as well as ketone. So forms corresponding aldehyde as well as ketone. Okay. So when aldehyde reacts with one equivalent of alcohol in presence of dry HCl gas, it forms corresponding hemiacetal. Hemiacetal further with another equivalent of alcohol in the same reaction condition forms corresponding acetal. Acetal remains stable towards alkaline solution but easily gets hydrolyzed in acidic medium to form corresponding aldehyde back. Similarly, when ketone reacts with one equivalent of alcohol in the dry HCl gas, it forms hemiketal, and hemiketal with another equivalent of alcohol in the same reaction condition forms ketal. Ketals are also stable enough in alkaline solution, therefore there will be no reaction. While in acidic solution, they undergo hydrolysis and hydrolyzes back to corresponding ketone. Therefore, that is the importance of this reaction. Alright, if this aldehyde ketones can be regenerated from their corresponding acetal or ketal. So note it down. Then I will do the reaction mechanism also. Over. Now, we will do the mechanism first. Mechanism of the reaction. Suppose we have taken RC double bond OH. We have taken dry HCl gas. Their electrophilicity increased. Is increased so that this is OH plus and there is hydrogen. Now, alcoholic part gets attached to them, this bond is transferred, becoming RC OH over here, OH R, this is plus and this plus H. This bond is transferred back, H plus will move out. This will become RC OH OR and H. This is hemiacetal. Further, by the use of HCl gas, this will protonate to H plus, Cl minus will move out, becoming RCOH2 plus, at this place OR, at this place hydrogen. Further, this H2O plus will move out. It becomes RCH. Over here OR, there is plus. Now, alcohol, another equivalent of alcohol approaches to this carbon, becoming RC, ORH. This is plus, OR and H. This H plus will move out, becoming RC, OR, and hydrogen. This is acetal. And similar mechanism for keterols. Okay, all right. Now we'll write some noteworthy point over there in this reaction. And point number 1. All the steps in the reaction are reversible. All the steps in the reactions are reversible. All the steps in the reactions are reversible, and hence there is a need to remove water molecules. There is a need to remove water molecules from the reaction mixture. As you can see over there, at this place, removal of water takes place. So if water will remain over there, this will be converted back to corresponding aldehyde. Okay, so there is a need to remove water from this reaction mixture, hence reaction is reversible. So what we have written, since all the steps in the reactions are reversible, hence there is a need to remove water from reaction mixture by using some desiccating agent. By using some desiccating agent like anhydrous calcium chloride, or distilling them with benzene, or distilling them with benzene, Okay. Second point. Reaction is being catalyzed by the use of dry HCl gas. By the use of dry HCl gas, or by using concentrated sulfuric acid, or by using para-toluene sulfonic 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 acid. Alright? Okay. Next point. So reaction must be protected by using must be protected or sorry, the sentence. A reaction must be protected from aqueous solution, because in aqueous solution, alright, reaction will shift towards backward direction and forms corresponding aldehyde or ketone back. Next. Only dimethyl ketone and cyclic ketone will be able to do the reaction, will be able to do the formation of corresponding ketal because of steric hindrance consideration. What does it mean? If we take acetone CH3 with alcohol 2 equivalent, in fact, in presence of HCl dry gas, it forms corresponding ketal as COR CH3, right, by the removal of water. So water must be removed from this mixture to avoid the reaction to go towards backward directions. So this ketal which is formed over there, alright, this ketal is formed from this ketone. Similarly, only cyclic ketone will be able to do this reaction. Another ketone, due to steric hindrance, will not be able to perform well in this reaction. Okay. However, with ethylene glycol, even diethyl ether with ethylene glycol will form corresponding acetal because of formation of 5-membered ring. Okay, next. Okay, acetal or ketal remains stable in alkaline solution. Therefore, it is used as a protecting. Therefore, this is used as a protect. This is used as or used to protect aldehyde or ketones. To protect aldehyde or ketones from alkaline solution. To protect aldehyde and ketones from alkaline solution. Like for example, see. Suppose we have aldehyde and we want something like this. We want the product where this becomes OH. This is CH3. At this place, there is double bond OH. Or whatever. So we want to reduce them. Suppose we want to reduce simply H. So we want to reduce ketone. We don't want to reduce aldehyde. We know that aldehyde is more reactive than ketones. So if we want to reduce ketone, not aldehyde, alright, what we need to do? So we need to convert them into, this group must be protected by using glycol. If we use glycol, this aldehyde, which is more reactive, will react with this and forms corresponding this 5-membered ring. Now you can use lithium aluminium hydride. You can use sodium boron hydride. Okay, to reduce corresponding ketone into alcoholic group. Now this further gets hydrolyzed to form this. Okay, that is the importance of this reaction. Okay, similarly, suppose one, two, three, 4, 5, 6. CS2OH, OH, OH. This is D-glucose. And this part is, this alcoholic part is moved towards this carbon, this bond is getting transferred. And it forms corresponding hemiacetal, as you know, C. C, O, over here, H, OH. This OH, this is first, second, second OH is right side, so over here, third, then OH, then CS2OH, H, like this. This is the first carbon. Second carbon OH is right side, so written at the bottom. Third carbon OH is left side, so written at the up. Fourth carbon is OH, so bottom. Fifth carbon is hemiacetal oxygen. Then sixth carbon is this. So their hemiacetal is this. This is in the form of hemiacetal. When this hemiacetal further reacts with, let's say, methanol 1 equivalent. So what it forms? CS2OH, H, OH, 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 over here, OCS3. It is down, so therefore alpha D. This is alpha D, gluco, alright, pyranose, pyranose. This is simply alpha D. This is simply alpha D glucosides. Glucosides. Okay, this is all about the reactions of alcohol with carbonyl compounds. Okay, and remaining examples of nucleophilic addition reactions we'll do in next video. Alright, thank you very much. Thank you.